Because the thing is, it kind of doesn't always matter where we are. We have these experiences regardless.
Right.
And so I think that humanity is what you're gonna really take.
Alicia Keys just got dragged straight into a storm. Word is, she caught her husband, Swizz Beatz, creeping with none other than Lala Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony's ex. Soon as folks heard that duo's name in the same sentence, they didn't wait for proof. They grabbed their torches and pitchforks like the scandal was already signed, sealed, and delivered. Now, let's get into it, because there's allegedly floating around, and then there's what's actually documented. Alicia and Swizz tied the knot back in 2010, raising 2 kids and giving the world those perfect red carpet smiles ever since. Lala Anthony, meanwhile, married Carmelo the same year, but finally filed for divorce in 2021 after Melo's wandering ways hit the spotlight again and again. So when whispers started saying Lala and Swizz were caught together, folks wasted no time connecting dots back to 2021. That's when radio host Ms. Jones claimed she had DMS from inside Swizz's own camp, hinting he was fooling around with Lala. Swizz brushed it off, denied it like nothing happened. Alicia stayed silent, and the internet moved on. Until now. Because that's how these scandals work. A tiny spark years ago becomes a full-blown inferno later. The tea doesn't even need receipts. Just the idea of Lala, a woman in Alicia's social circle being tied to her husband, is enough to make Twitter work overtime like it's a second job. And let's not act brand new, because the street's been whispering. Back in 2013, Swizz already had a reputation for being extra friendly at industry parties. Nothing ever stuck, but the whispers never died. Fast forward to 2016, when Carmelo got exposed for allegedly fathering a child outside his marriage. That sent Lala spiraling into single girl mode, stepping out looking unbothered but flawless. And you know how men in power circles act when a woman's vulnerable. They swoop in like saviors, but often with hidden agendas. By 2017 and 2018, paparazzi kept catching Swizz, Alicia, and Lala at the same events. Art shows, fashion weeks, VIP parties, group settings. Yes, but context gets stripped away the second those photos hit the blogs. Suddenly, a side-eye turns into a think piece on body language. People zoom in on one blurry picture and scream, "Look, that's chemistry right there!" Then came 2021, the year this rumor really exploded. Ms. Jones got on air and doubled down, claiming her trusted source inside Swizz's camp gave her dirt about him and Lala being more than friends. Social media went wild, blogs had a field day, but again, Lala ignored it, Swizz dismissed it, and Alicia stayed silent. And let's be real, sometimes silence speaks louder than a press release. Now it's 2025, and the whispers are louder than ever, with blogs saying Alicia herself caught them this time. No leaked photos, no texts, just word of mouth spreading like wildfire because the timeline feels too convenient. Lala's single, Swizz has history, and Alicia's known for keeping her cool under pressure. Truth or not, it doesn't matter. The internet eats up patterns, not proof. And that's what makes this mess stick. Lala's name fits the perfect scandal template every single time. First off, she's been a beauty icon since her MTV VJ days. And in an industry where egos run bigger than bank accounts, that makes her an automatic suspect. If a man so much as breathes near her, suddenly they're linked up. Second, her marriage to Melo left permanent scars in the public eye. The 2017 scandal with that alleged love child? The whole world watched her try to hold it together, but once trust gets shattered, the streets never forget. Now every time Lala's name comes up, people assume she's out here getting her lick back, even if she's just minding her business. Third, Lala's career keeps her orbiting the most powerful circles: actors, rappers, athletes, moguls. Red carpets, private parties, big premieres. Her proximity alone fuels the rumors. And in the court of public opinion, that's all it takes. She could literally be sipping water at an after party, and by morning, blogs will have her tangled in someone's marriage. People don't even care if it's true. They just love dragging Lala into messy storylines because her name sells every time. Blogs know the formula, and the streets eat it up like clockwork. But let's shift gears to Swizz, because his name has been floating around the rumor mill for years. And not just today. His whole love life been wrapped in controversy. Remember, Swizz and Alicia's marriage started with side eyes all around. Allegedly, he was still legally tied to his first wife, Mashonda, when he linked with Alicia. Mashonda even dropped that infamous open letter back in 2009, accusing Alicia of wrecking her home. From day one, folks never looked at this union the same. Scandal stamped it early. Swizz himself, he's got that loud, charismatic energy. Flashy cars, wild art shows, over-the-top gifts. He thrives in the spotlight. And when your whole vibe screams ladies' man energy, temptation is always assumed to be lurking in the room. Add to that his messy history, public blow-ups with exes, child support battles splashed across the blogs, whispers of flings even after tying the knot with Alicia. It all sticks to his reputation. So when folks hear Swizz cheating, they don't even pause for proof. His track record already set the stage. Pair that with Lala's reputation, and boom, instant scandal served up on a silver platter. Think about the setup. Swizz, the flashy producer with the wandering eye. Lala, the stunning actress freshly single and done with Mello's drama. To the streets, it writes itself like a movie script. Even if it's fiction, the narrative feels too good to pass up. Now, Alicia Keys, she's always played the long game with her image. Her brand has been built on soul, grace, and that barefoot goddess aura. Classy queen who rises above the mess. When Mashonda aired her out back in the day, Alicia didn't clap back online, didn't hop on Instagram crying, didn't even throw subliminals. She just stayed quiet, smiled through interviews, and doubled down on her music. That silence rebranded her from homewrecker headlines to beloved, untouchable superstar. Fast forward to now, and once again, Alicia's saying nothing. And don't think that's an accident. It's strategy, because the second she opens her mouth, the blogs will chew it up and spit it back 100 different ways. By keeping quiet, she preserves her above-the-drama vibe. But silence cuts both ways. Fans start reading into it. Why isn't she defending her marriage? Why is she so calm? Maybe it's true. That old saying comes back. Silence can sound like agreement. And while Alicia's silence protects her image, it also feeds the fire. People debate if she's the strong wife refusing to dignify the rumors, or if she's quietly suffering in public. Either way, she's in the narrative whether she likes it or not. Here's the kicker. In Hollywood, gossip ain't always about truth. It's about leverage. Rumors get planted for reasons. They can distract, discredit, or push someone into a corner. Look at Offset and Cardi. Every cheating scandal popped up right before an album drop or a court case. The timing is never random. And right now, Swizz is knee-deep in billion-dollar art deals. Alicia's still packing out tours worldwide, and Lala's pushing to break bigger into Hollywood. One messy rumor can shake all of that. Endorsements start sweating, casting directors backtrack, and opportunities vanish overnight. That's why gossip in this industry ain't just tea, it's chess moves. So when you see blogs running Lala and Swizz headlines heavy, you gotta ask, who's pulling the strings? Is it just clickbait for traffic? Is someone trying to humble Alicia, knock her off her goddess pedestal? Or is it about boxing Lala into the messy friend role so she can't grow past her past? Because in this business, rumors ain't harmless. They're weapons. And when you've already got a messy history like Swizz's past, or baggage like Lala's marriage to Mello, it don't take much for the world to believe the worst. Every time Carmelo Anthony's name pops up, whether it's for his NBA highlights or those outside baby scandals, Lala gets dragged right back into the mix. Folks see her glow up, the snatched body, the acting credits, the red carpets, and they whisper, she only leveled up because she left Mello. But here's where it turns spicy. If these Swizz Beatz rumors are true, the streets will just flip the script and say she swapped one baller for another powerful man. And if they're false, people still side-eye her success, assuming she's being sponsored. Either way, her grind keeps getting overshadowed by men's names. Meanwhile, Mello, despite all the alleged cheating and outside kids, still gets introduced like royalty. Future Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony. His scandals get treated like footnotes, while Lala's wins get tied to gossip every single time. That's the double-edged sword she's been stuck with for years. His narrative stays about stats, hers stays about scandal. And that's the deeper imbalance nobody likes to admit. Look at the double standards. Swizz's name comes up in cheating rumors, and folks just laugh like, well, y'all know how Swizz moves. But let Lala's name get tossed in, and suddenly she's the messy one, the thirsty one, the woman who can't keep a man. The pattern is loud. Beyoncé took Jay-Z back after his cheating. People questioned her worth instead of his behavior. Jennifer Lopez moves on from one relationship to another, and she's called desperate. Meanwhile, men like Future, he can have kids with every zodiac sign and still get praised as the toxic king. Lala never gets that grace. She was loyal during Mello's NBA run, stood by him through some of his most embarrassing public scandals. But the second she steps out living life, acting alongside 50 Cent or even being rumored near Swizz, she's painted as the villain. Hollywood's script for women hasn't changed. You're either the angelic wife suffering in silence, or the homewrecker stealing somebody's man. There's no middle ground. And the blogs? They profit off keeping women boxed into those roles. Drama sells better when Lala is cast as the homewrecker and Alicia as the silent queen. Nobody's clicking if it's just three successful people thriving peacefully. These narratives don't just shape gossip. They shape careers, endorsements, and casting calls. Men bounce back overnight. Women gotta fight uphill just to prove they're more than the scandal glued to their name. But here's the real heartbreak that barely gets talked about. The kids catch the fallout too. Every messy rumor, every cheating headline, leaves scars on the next generation. Lala and Mello's son, Kian, is a teenager now, already hooping with college offers on the horizon. But instead of just being celebrated as Kian the baller, he's got to hear whispers like, "Ain't your dad the one who..." or "Yo mama trending with Swizz again." That's baggage no kid should have to carry. Same thing goes for Swizz and Alicia's kids. They're too young to even spell cheating scandal, but the internet already got their dad's name tied up in messy threads. Imagine growing up, Googling your parents, and stumbling on wild rumor pages linking them to affairs and drama. That's generational trauma written into their digital footprint forever. And none of these kids asked for any of it. They didn't choose who their parents loved, cheated on, or left, but they're the ones forced to live with the whispers. We've seen it before with Future's kids, Diddy's kids, even Will and Jada's kids. Public scandals create private victims, and 9 times out of 10, it's the children carrying the side-eye. Swizz can drop another beat battle, sell another painting for millions, or flex another car on Instagram. But one blurry rumor will always out-trend it. That's the wild part. The scandal always moves faster than the success. And that's exactly why this story keeps crawling back into the headlines. At this point, it ain't even about truth. It's about the entertainment value of picturing powerful people living messy, soap opera-style lives. Think about it. The public doesn't care if there's proof. They care about the thrill of connecting the dots, zooming in on photos, and turning whispers into full-blown narratives. Whether there's fire behind this smoke or it's just another blog stirring the pot, the storyline is too juicy to kill off. Lala, Swizz, Alicia, and Mello are characters in a saga the internet refuses to close the book on. Every comeback, every red carpet smile, every side-eye moment just adds another chapter. And that's the real secret. Gossip doesn't need endings. It only needs new angles. And these 4? They'll keep feeding the machine whether they want to or not. So if you're locked into this drama like the rest of the world, make sure you hit that Smash that subscribe because the next chapter in this saga is only a headline away.